Am I the asshole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her? Before I even get into it, I'm going to say, based on the title alone, unless this story has a crazy twist of events, yes, you're the asshole. If you have to type out those words and you didn't realize you was the asshole, you're an even bigger asshole. All right, y'all, let's get into it. I'm a 55-year-old female. I've been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad, 63-year-old male, for 4 years. My 23-year-old daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible, I guess that would be her first husband, watching me and my first husband's horrible marriage go down, and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by her peers, my view was that all children are innocent. And it really tied my hands because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing a child. She has blamed me for that ever since, as she should, and keeps referring to this one time where the kids at her school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to depression. Sorry to hear that. Part, not all of my response was telling her to take a shower, and I bought her new clothes. The bullying finally ended with an expulsion and a suspension for the ringleaders. She still throws the fact that a school clinic volunteer told her that if she was their kid, she'd have permission to punch back if the administrators didn't do anything. Yeah, you kind of sound like you're to blame so far, and you kind of sound like a trash ass parent because you keep saying, "What could I do?" or "I couldn't do anything." Okay. I thought that having her live with me while she finishes schools and gets a job would help heal some childhood wounds if my second husband and I modeled a healthy relationship. However, my daughter doesn't get along with my husband. She is a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in escapism. So she'd get annoyed if she was sitting eating alone and my husband would sit across from her and eat, saying she ate later so she could eat alone. However, my husband started acting distant from me, and my daughter complained that his eyes lingered for too long. She got very angry, and there was a lot of shouting and slamming of doors. Finally, my husband admitted that he's attracted to her, and it's hard to be around her all day. Said she was walking temptation, and said that's why he was avoiding sex with me. I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the same time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both of them being in the same house. So I gave my daughter money to stay at an extended stay hotel and asked her to utilize her college's emergency financial and housing resources they have for students in need. She responded by storming out and telling my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as the villain of all villains. I am not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for those resources anyway, since my ex is unemployed and we are in substantial debt. I just need some time to process the situation, and I don't want to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have a marriage to figure out whether or not to save. Am I the asshole? Bitch, yes, you are. Am I the asshole? My dad gave the business to my brother, so I left. My older brother, a 30-year-old male, went to college and then worked in the city as an accountant. I am a 27-year-old male. I started to work for my dad as a plumber at the age of 15. I went to college to get my qualifications in plumbing and gas, and about the time COVID started, my brother moved back from the city and started working for my dad, a 55-year-old male, in accounting. My dad has not been well for the last 4 years due to asbestosis. So I'm probably not saying that right, but you get the drift. It has really been hard on the family, and he is getting worse, but is still loving life. I have been running the business for the last 2 years. We have expanded and now have 50 vans in the fleet and one qualified and one trainee allocated to each van. COVID was hard in the beginning, but we have bounced back. My dad still works on tools with me on Fridays, half day, and then we go back to my place for some beers. Friday is the only day because I'm doing everything to run the business. Anyway, last month he told the family he is stepping down from the business due to his health, and he wants to spend more time with my mother. And he's giving the business to my brother. He wants me to step down from acting CEO, and this upset me. I've been with the business 12 years. At the beginning, it was just me and my dad. My brother never wanted anything to do with the business. He said it's not worth his time. But now he's the boss, and I've been dumped back to heating engineer with a $20,000 pay cut. He doesn't have any clue what we do or how to do it. I spoke to my dad, and he told me that my brother deserves it for all he's done, that he has a family and I don't, and that he went to university. A lot of the workers are upset about the decision and have told me they will go where I go. I told my dad that if that's how he feels, then I will leave and start my own business. I have not spoke to my dad or brother since, and I have told them to never contact me. For the last month, I've had thousands of calls and text messages from my family saying some very hurtful things, telling me I'm ungrateful. So am I the asshole?
Nope. Nope. Gotta go. Cause what? Nah, you want me to step down? Like at first I was like, all right, you want my brother to do it because maybe it's a better business call. But when you start talking about, oh, he went to university, he got family, then you put your emotion into business, and that's not cool.
That's never
So,
cool. Yeah.
Don't do that. I put the work in. You ain't talking about nothing. I'm gonna go and do my own thing. So nah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna call this guy Daryl. He giving me
Sound like
Daryl
a Daryl.
vibes.
Yeah, I'm vibing
As a matter of
with
fact, I'm gonna call his dad Gerald. And I'm gonna call his brother Junior.
I was feeling Tommy on there. His name Thomas or something.
Thomas the dad.
Yeah, Thomas sound like
I could see
somebody
Thomas.
that do some crazy stuff like that.
I could see him being a Thomas. And he only go by Thomas, not like Tommy
Not
or
Tom.
Tom. Nah, he
Don't
only
do
go
that
by Thomas.
abbreviation stuff. His
And
name
the
is
son is
Mr.
TJ.
Thomas. If you don't know him,
Yeah, the older son is TJ.
oh, he is. That sounds about right.
Yeah, he seemed like a TJ type of nigga. So yeah, like Daryl, you did the best you could. You stuck with your dad. You was his day one, basically. 12 years you've been in the business, doing your thing. You know, you helped him expand the business. Like, come on now, it started from you and him
Started from the bottom. Now we here.
to 50 trucks. Do you think he could have done that without you? He obviously could have done it without your brother because he did. So Thomas, I'm not sure what made you make this decision. I feel like loyalty is not your priority, and with that being the case, I wouldn't want to fuck with you anyways.
I can't, Pops.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Pops, listen. What? TJ?
that's what I'm saying.
TJ up and left you, bro.
Said he didn't want nothing to do with the business.
A plumber?
That's what, like, he thought he was too good for that shit. He said it was not worth his time. Like, come on now, like somebody say some shit like that.
You're not
they
coming
basically
over
telling
here
you
no
that you're not shit.
Wow.
Me getting into your business is not even worth my
CEO
time.
TJ, no. I'm leaving. I'm starting a bigger and better company. I'm taking
plus,
you down, Pops.
But he doesn't know
And
nothing
TJ.
about plumbing. Like, he's an accountant, so he can only run the accounting.
That's it.
Why would he? So yeah, Daryl, you're not the asshole. Thomas is the asshole, and TJ is most definitely the asshole.
TJ, the biggest.
I'm not feeling TJ. My mom is talking to her ex who abused me. Whoa. That's all I'm going to say. My mom is a 44-year-old female. I'm a 23-year-old male. My dad died when I was young. She ended up marrying her ex probably a bit too fast. He started sexually abusing me when I was 6. He admitted to it when I was 9, and they divorced. My mom has been so lonely during lockdown. She lives alone, and we make the occasional visit, but not as much as we'd like to. I went today, and she got a text notification on her iPad with her ex's name. I asked her about it, and she admitted to me that they had been talking. I asked her if she was kidding. I honestly don't remember everything I said, but she tried to tell me that he spent so many years trying to make up for what he did. He tried to kill himself over it at one point. He gives back to the community now, converted, etc. I was shocked. I just left. My wife says I need to give her an ultimatum, me or him. And I think she's right, but I'm actually worried about my mom's mental state. She loves me. She's always put me first. At the same time, we have a baby on the way, and why the hell would she do this? My wife honestly says if it were her in my situation, she would go no contact. But I know my mom loves me, and I wouldn't do that. I've tried to call my mom since she begged me to just listen and try to give him a chance, even though she understands the pain he put me through. She was crying, and my mom usually isn't that emotional. I know I'm going to give her the ultimatum, but I'm afraid she needs help. How do I put that in a way that won't isolate her? I don't even know. I'm going to call your mom Lavita. Young man, I'm going to call you Chris. Chris, this is some heavy shit. Jeez, Louise. I want to be sensitive about this, but personally and honestly, if you don't mind me speaking candidly, Chris, and obviously you don't because you put the letter online for billions of people to see, your mom is on some bullshit. Like, your mom is really fucked up. Like, it's no excuse. It's no excuse. It's no reason why she's talking to this guy that abused her kid. Are you fucking crazy? Are you shitting me? Like, no. He started when I was 6. He admitted to it when I was 9. That's it. Hard. Like, stop right there. What the fuck else needs to be said? That's Lavita. What's going on? Like, why are you doing this? You cannot possibly be that lonely that the only person you have to talk to is the same man that abused your son. There's no excuse for that. There's no reason. So, Lavita, you need to make a Facebook page. You might need to make a Tinder page. You might need to make a Plenty of Fish. Shit, get on Christian Mingle. I don't even know what color y'all are. Get on Black People Meet. From what I understand, it's white people on there too. But you don't need to be talking to this guy that molested your son. That's what it is, molested. Abusing, yes, it was abuse, but yes, this is crazy. Chris, you're not the asshole. Maybe that wasn't your question. Whatever the case is, how do I put that in a way that I won't isolate her? I mean, Chris, this is the thing. This is your mom we're talking about. And it sounds like after her and this guy got divorced, it was just you and her. So it's understandable that you're very close to her. You want her to be okay. You love your mom. You said that. I'm sure your mom does love you. I'm not taking that away. But if you're giving her an ultimatum that says it's going to be you or this guy, you are isolating her for a reason. So you have to be prepared before you issue the ultimatum to isolate her. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Chris, that's some heavy shit. I feel for you. I'm sorry that happened to you. But your mom is fucking up right now. That's it. It's nothing. This is not for you to take empathy on. This is not for you to be like, how can I not isolate her? Unfortunately, and it's going to hurt you to do it. That's the fucked up part. But you're going to have to isolate her. Because that's wrong. It's no reason. I can't. I don't even know. Loretta, you fucked up. Chris, you might need to go to therapy or something, bro. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. I definitely feel bad for that, though. That's horrible. Would I be the asshole if I don't go to my daughter's wedding? I'm going to say yes, right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely asshole.
Okay. So let's see if our
maybe
opinions
mad
change.
now, but you ain't gonna be mad forever. So you might want to
exactly
slide to that wedding. You know what I'm saying?
But let's see what the scenario is.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, a close friend of our daughter's came out as gay. This friend in particular
Here we go.
slept over at our house so much that she was almost like a daughter to us. We even had a separate bed in our daughter's bedroom just for her. When we found out she was gay, our husband and I had a discussion about whether we should continue to let her sleep in our daughter's bedroom or if we should move her to the guest room. We were hesitant, but we had a conversation with our daughter, who was 17 at the time, and she told us that even if her friend tried anything, she would shut it down because she was straight. It made sense. We believed our daughter was trustworthy and responsible, so we allowed the friend to continue sleeping in her room. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. They finished senior year and went off to college. We never suspected anything. Every time they would come home for the holidays, my daughter brought a boy with her, and my daughter's friend brought a girl with her. Come to find out, the boy we thought was our daughter was dating was actually dating the girl that we thought our daughter's friend was dating.
It's messy.
And the way we found out is because one day I get an invitation in the mail to a wedding for our daughter and her friend. I was so confused. I called my daughter thinking there had been some type of typo or something. A typo.
Well, first of all, at that point, it wouldn't be her friend. It would be her fiance. So get it right.
Oh.
Title. Period.
Okay, facts,
Put some
facts,
respect on
facts.
it.
No answer. I called a friend and I can barely ask what's going on before the friend breaks down crying and confesses that her and my daughter have been in a relationship for a decade.
Decade.
Which was
God
around
damn.
the time we agreed to let her sleep in our daughter's room.
Ooh.
My husband and I feel so betrayed. Our daughter gets on the phone and says, "Mom, Dad, I know you're upset and I promise we'll talk after the wedding. I'll explain everything." I said, "Okay, we'll talk after the wedding." I hang up. The next day she calls me. I pick up and say, "Why are you calling me? I thought you didn't want to talk until after the wedding." She said, "We are, but I wanted to know what times you're available so we can get measured for our dresses." I said, "What do you mean we?
Ooh.
You don't think your father and I are going to your wedding, do you? You lied to us for 10 years for no reason. And you expect us to just automatically disregard that? We'll talk after the wedding." I haven't spoken to my daughter since then, and the wedding is sometime this month. My husband and I have been getting a lot of calls from family members on both sides telling us that we're being selfish for ruining our daughter's special day over something that happened 10 years ago. Am I the asshole?
Drama. Okay, let's start out with that, because that's a lot of drama. Yes and no. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, you are the asshole. My thing is, before, like I said, before we even started, this am I the asshole, I was like, you may be mad now, but you're not gonna be mad forever. So I feel like you should still show up and support your daughter because that is your child. But I can also understand the betrayal that you feel, because like it's a decade.
Yeah.
That's 10 years. Like y'all just been chilling, acting like nothing's going on. So y'all decided to keep y'all relationship from your parents for 10 years. That's a long time.
And I think that's the part where I'm kind of like, I disagree with the people that are calling them saying that they selfish for something that happened 10 years ago, because it did.